Man, we live. Officially this time.
Like a referee with a whistle. Welcome, Uncommon Sense Podcast. It's a weekly vibe, y'all. It's your girl Lottie,
Mr. Tariq Bey.
aka Freaky Ricky.
Ignore her, y'all. Ignore her. Oh my goodness. We got the good brother, Dr. Woods.
Very funny.
Bishop.
One thing I do want to get out the way early is R.I.P. to my man John Witherspoon, aka Pops. The got to coordinate.
And bang in his honor.
I ain't Yoni whipped. I whipped that Yoni.
You wild.
Anthem to live by right there.
You know what?
Major key. Major key.
He was an original player.
Man. That's how you know you're getting old.
So what we talking about today, y'all?
Well, this Mercury retrograde is causing
on the topic list for today.
Causing the malfunction.
Having a little technical difficulties.
Yes, we are. There you go. One more.
Okay, it happens. You know, Mercury is in retrograde in Scorpio, so hang tight. What's going on? How you guys doing tonight? Uncommon Sense Podcast.
Because we know common sense ain't common.
Not at all.
Not at all. Hey, Jinx, we said that at the same time.
Did y'all pull each other's shirt when y'all said Jinx in school?
Nah, we just knocked on wood.
Knocked on wood? Okay.
Yeah, don't pull my shirt or we're gonna start fighting.
Oh man, so y'all just violent in California. That's all it is.
You know, I grew up in Compton. Don't pull my shirt.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So what's up, y'all? You know, one time for John Witherspoon, Brother Tree was just saying.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Pops. Bang, bang, bang in his honor. He was an Aquarius like me, so you know how we do. Know how we do.
Don't get Yoni whooped. Whoop that Yoni.
Sit down.
You got to coordinate.
And that's what he never did. But you know,
you talking about you had the mushroom lining on the jacket, the wallet, the belt, the suspenders. He had the socks, probably inside of his wallet. Before your time, youngin. You don't know nothing about that gal.
I guess so. So that is going to be interesting, though. I've been waiting for this one, y'all.
I'm
got
sure
some
you
stuff
have.
to say. You know what? And I'm sure you do too.
Little something, little something.
Well, let's get to it.
So
What's the
what we
topic?
talking about tonight? Let them know what we talking about.
Well, the question at hand is, should the woman in the relationship be required to pay half of the bills?
Dum dum dum.
Inquiring minds want to know.
This topic come up all the time on Facebook, boy.
What's the
mean,
uncommon sense to this one?
people go in.
So we putting our 2 cents in now, or y'all want to give a little background, or can I just say?
Y'all run away with it. I want to hear what y'all
All
two
right.
got to say. Y'all two are clowns.
Well,
Well,
I
I
think.
thought.
Go ahead, Lottie.
Damn. Well, damn, we both got a lot to say. Okay, so ladies first. Well, I think that, I wanted to talk about this topic because, again, it's something that comes up often on Facebook, constantly. Should the woman pay half of the rent? And the comments are always interesting to me because people, give their different narratives and all that type of stuff. So I'm glad that we're able to open up our platform to speak about this topic from our own experiences, our own conversations with other people, you know what I'm saying? And then maybe even if you guys have seen this topic, which I'm sure you have, on Facebook, especially you, Tariq. I'm sure you trolled a few people who posted about this. And yeah. So that's the background of it. I don't necessarily want to give my opinion just yet about it. But yeah, what were you gonna say, sir?
Well, I have seen it a few times myself, and most of the time, it's presented in a way where you left scratching your head and wondering what the hell these women been smoking. But I think, well, for one, she wouldn't have to pay half the bills if if she has 2 or 3 sister wives. If it's 2 sister wives and 1 man, and then that's a third of the bills. Problem solved.
Okay, we talked about polygamy last week and a half ago. So
Yeah, it's pertinent. That's pertinent though.
but that's just
It's
more
very
women that you
pertinent.
gotta take care of.
We taking care of each other.
But I'm talking about financially.
Financially, yeah. You gonna bring in some finance. It ain't just sit around and soak in the tub and look pretty all day. You gonna bring in some finance.
No, it sounds like the finances need to already be in order before you talk about having multiple wives.
Lord Jesus.
Sound like you trying to have them eating on a dollar menu.
Nah, we go no, Applebee's 2 for $20 though.
Good night.
Ain't gotta be no dollar menu. I don't go to
Good
McDonald's.
night.
Look, Applebee's 2 for $20. Fall through the grocery store. But okay. So I think the biggest question that this leads to is, if you're not paying, if the woman is not paying half of the bills, let's say it's a monogamous relationship, it's just them two in the home. If she's not paying half the bills, then what is she doing? What is she bringing to the table to where there's balance?
Right. And I think that's a very valid question. I don't think that's inadequate at all. I just, from my experience, from the conversations that I've had, and also the many of dialogues I've seen on social media, it seems like from the male perspective, when this topic comes up, it's always the tone in which he comments on the subject is always like, and what is she going to be doing? Laying around, not doing nothing with her money, and then when everything is over, I'm left with nothing, and she got all her money. And I'm just like, that, I mean, I guess if you're just an extreme person, you can just go to the extreme like that. But if every single woman that you've met have done, if you're talking from experience, I'll say, if you just blowing shit in the air and you're just saying that, then my next question would be, what women were you surrounded by that just laid on their ass or didn't do anything? That you would even imply that's what she's going to be doing while you just spending all this, crazy loot everywhere. So it makes me wonder, why does our men come with that mindset of, well, what is she going to be doing? She's not just going to be laying around being lazy. Like, where does that come from?
Well, I'm honestly think now that's just my guess, my hypothesis. I think for the most part, men haven't been in a situation where they have a quote unquote housewife. It's always been, both parties working. I don't think a lot of the times, unfortunately, a lot of brothers aren't in a position where they can afford a housewife type situation. And a lot of these, and to add to that, a lot of these sisters don't know how to play their hand to be in a housewife type situation. Most of them already come with children. So, you know, to me, maybe not to the next brother, but to me, if you already come to the situation with children, you disqualified for being a housewife. You gotta go,
Whoa.
yeah, oh yeah, because that's
What
that's
now?
if she has children, she is disqualified that aren't mine. She is disqualified from being a housewife
And why do you think
because
that?
because she needs to pay her part for them children that she's bringing to the table.
But you say them children as if they're not going to be a part of the tribe that you're building.
True, but they are not of my blood. I had no parts in any of the fun that and that brought them children here. So if worse comes to worse and we do split, those children most likely will not be in my life, or you know what I mean. I'll be out the picture, and all
Okay.
that would have been for naught. All my financial contributions would have been for naught. So to keep it fair, like if you don't want to pay any bills and you want to be a housewife, then you shouldn't have children until you with the man that you intend to be that housewife for. Because that's adding on more. That's not fair to the man to add on more that he has to be financially responsible for the next man's children, unless the previous father is contributing to where his children are taken care of, to where it's not an increased financial burden. That's different. It's a lot of variables in this thing. But if that's not the case, and the other father isn't kicking in that finance to where that's not an issue, then she needs to come through with that finance, because at the end of the day, those are her children. I hear how, I'm sure it's a lot of oohs and oh, that's messed up, but let's keep it funky. Like y'all, most of the time, these women with children get with a man. It's certain things that man cannot do. Y'all don't want to really hear that what that man has to say as far as how you're raising the children, what to do, what not to do with them children. And them children even tell you sometimes, you ain't my daddy. And I'll be like, you know what? You damn right. So you better call your daddy or ask your mama when your ass want to get XYZ. Because most of the time, let's keep it funky. When a man is in a relationship, gets into a relationship with a woman with children, he's taking care and contributing to those children off the strength of his love for the mother. And then over time, the relationship grows with the children. But that finance, well, those children aren't only or not primarily that man's financial responsibility. What do you think about that?
I think it's nonsense. Here's why. Here's
Dude,
why.
I'm dying to hear this.
Okay, so I feel like, and not even just with what you just said, just from my own investigations and just reading the type of content that this topic produces, it seems like this topic, when it comes up, a lot of people operate from a position of fear and past dysfunctionality, because every narrative that gets thrown up is just always like really bizarre. Like I feel like when you go on a journey in life and you meet different people, you connect with them, you're in a relationship with them, you do nice things for them, you spend money on them, this stuff happens. If you guys disconnect from each other, why would the thought even be how much money or time that you invested into them? I mean, naturally, okay, let me retract. Naturally, as humans, we don't want to waste time and money on people that's probably not going to be around for